So here we are. This is the Secretary of the Senate's office. These guys do all the work. We just are the show horses out there on the Senate floor. Well, come on over here. Let's see what happens to these pieces of paper. Here's a Senate resolution right here. It's been filed. It's coming up to the Senate floor. And I want to talk to the one that's making it happen over here.
Are we talking bill or resolution?
Let's talk bill.
Okay. The bill, after you've had it drafted and have it already, your staff usually brings it to me with 10 copies, and I file it in the simplest manner you can imagine, which is simply putting a number on it, and on the back dating it. We distribute that bill to various groups like the journal clerk, the library, and all that, which triggers it going into the system, into the computer system. And then we drop that bill in that drawer, and it sits until Lieutenant Governor of the Parliamentarian's office picks it up to be referred. And after they refer it, which sometimes takes a while, on the floor, we bring that bill back here, endorse the bill with the committee, file that bill into the proper file for that committee, and then we enter it into the computer system, which we publish for the world to see where that bill went. And then we wait for you to request a hearing on that bill in that committee. And then that committee clerk comes and checks that bill out with us and you appear in the hearing, then they hear the bill, and after the bill has been reported favorably, substituted, or just amended, they bring that bill back to us. We process the paperwork on it, enter it into the regular order of business, and send it to engrossing and enrolling. From engrossing and enrolling, they do the printing. They send it back to us. We enter the time and date, which appears on the intent calendar. It says printed and distributed. And once that time and date is entered into the computer, that triggers the ability for your staff to put it on the intent calendar whenever they get ready to put it on the intent calendar.
But all this stuff you can see in real time on the internet. I mean, if you came in here in 1950, 1960, 1970, a lot of this is paperwork that was hard to get to by the people in Abilene, El Paso, Beaumont. Now, you can get on the internet and almost virtually in real time see what's happening here. And when you look at all the paper that goes with getting these bills filed, stamped, engrossed, moved, down for hearing, up for intent, engrossment, out, and then it has to go to the House for another process over there. It's really tough to get one of these bills passed. We'll go look at the committee room in just a second. So look at here. Sergeant of the Senate right here, Sergeant at Arms. In case there's a riot here on the Senate floor, he's primarily responsible for stopping the riot. Does a great job at keeping order, making sure the Senate runs good, messengers, all the paperwork that we see. This is the guy that makes it happen. Anything you want to say to the folks back home?
It's a privilege and an honor to be at the service of the Senate. Working with Senator Shapleigh is indeed one of those honors and privileges. Thank you, sir.
And then back here, you're in the bowels of the Senate now. This is big stuff. This is Rick's office, and from here you can get right back to the Senate floor. And if you look over here, here's all the TV sets and stuff to watch what's happening in different committees and making sure things run smoothly. So this is a really important office for the Senate. Sergeant at Arms, you'll find this, in Washington, D.C. You find it here. They've got one on the House side, but Rick does a special job for us and has since he got here. Here we are in the Betty King committee room. So when your bill gets filed, the Secretary of the Senate refers it, comes up to the committee, the clerk takes it. You'll have a hearing in a room like this, and your bill, this is actually the place where the Veterans Committee meets that I'm on, and my BRAC committee that I'm the chair of meets right here in this committee room. And so let's take the Military Value Act that we passed 2 sessions ago. It would have come up here, Senator sitting here. Come on over here and I'll show you how this works. The bill comes up. Here's where the witnesses sit to testify and talk about the bill, and then the senators are sitting in the seats and then vote. And once it comes out of committee, positive vote, it's headed to the Senate floor. So if you'll see, Rick keeps this here for a reason. This is what happens to a lot of bills. They get eaten by these crocodiles down here, and it's tough to get them passed. So We keep this here to show what happens to bills that aren't gonna make it through the system.